to Williger. She'll spin. Kicks it back over. Taylor pulls up for three. That's buried by Graceland Taylor. She's got the Governors up by 6. Taylor's got 5 points.
And by Kruger Contracting, Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motors, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Todd's Electric, and the South Dakota Office of Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection.
Rebound tipped around, and it's going to be grabbed by the Golden Eagles. They go down the floor with 7 seconds to go. Pass for Fritz, lost the handle of the ball. It's grabbed by Gent with 2 seconds to go. The time will run out, and the Governors will win it 53-51.
And now to the booth we go for Pierre Governor basketball.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Pierre Governors Basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Tonight we are back in the metropolis of South Dakota, otherwise known as Sioux Falls, as your Pierre Governors are ready and set to go against another team contending for a SODAC 16 spot, the Jefferson Cavaliers. Welcome inside the broadcast area. My name is Dylan Simmons, and welcome to Sioux Falls, where business is booming and basketball is always on the mind, especially when you have a matchup like this. We have reached the final week of the regular season, and the intensity could not be higher with all that will be at stake in these next 3 games. The Govs have 3 more opportunities to put themselves in the best position to succeed. Pierre's final 3 opponents are teams that are below 500, which Pierre has done well against all year, but Jefferson is not a team that will be easily curtailed. Jefferson is off to a 7-10 start to the year, but much like Pierre, they have consistently challenged some of the best teams in AA and even bested them. A win against Huron a couple weeks ago kickstarted a 4 of 6 game winning stretch for the Cavs, and they are now looking to find their way into the top 10 of the standings and close road trip in the SODAC 16. Jefferson is playing their best basketball right now, and there is nothing they would rather do than to continue that play into the postseason. As Dr. Strange once said, we're in the end game now. The only question is who will collect the Infinity Stones. Now, Pierre enters this game with a record of 6-11 overall, with an 0-9 record against teams above 500 this year, coming off a tough 9-point loss to Mitchell at the Corn Palace, in which Pierre was contending heavily, even had it at a 1-point game going into the 4th quarter. But the Govs, they've been on the cusp of putting the pieces together. They just now have to assemble the puzzle, and that may start tonight against Jefferson. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers are 7-10 overall, and on the verge of their first losing season in school history. They have a high standard that Tim Reck, the head coach, and this program have set. 14-10, 21-3, and 14-10 in their first 3 years under Tim Reck. That's not to say, though, that this year's Cavs team does not have a lot of talent, because they do. They have not lost a single game by more than 15 points all season long, and they've hung in tough with some of the best that AA has to offer. This series only dates back to 2022, as a matter of fact. That's when Jefferson's first basketball team hit the hardwood. This high school is only 4 years old in total, and some of you may already know that, but for us, for those of you who are new viewers, this is kind of an interesting way to detail the history of this rivalry when you consider that it's not that old in the grand scheme of things. Now, Pierre picked up a huge win on the road in this very gym back in 2022-2023. Thus far, that's their only win against Jefferson all time. That was back when both teams were 20-plus wins on the season and contending for the state championship. That year, Jefferson made it to the semifinals. Pierre made it, of course, to the state championship game. Surprisingly, Jefferson has never beaten Pierre in the regular season here at home, although they did win in the SODAC 16 back in 2022 against Pierre in this venue. So with all of that to be considered, we should be set up for an absolute classic, maybe a high-scoring track meet between these two teams here tonight in the metropolis of South Dakota, Sioux Falls. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Jefferson Cavaliers, Mr. Tim Reck, will speak with us right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. So don't go anywhere. We will be back in 3.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose Bank West. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Welcome back. You're on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Dylan Simmons here, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Boys basketball team, Mr. Tim Reck. Coach, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, first question for you. You had a big game this past weekend against Brookings and picked up some momentum with a 14-point win. Now with 2 straight wins under your belt, how do you think your team is performing right now?
You know, as of right now, we're playing our best basketball towards the end of the year, and we're happy with the way we're going.
Absolutely. Now, this is going to be your team's first game in 11 days, while a lot of other teams have been in action quite a bit. Now, how do you think your team is going to be able to shake off any rust that they may have, or do you think that will even be a factor today?
I think it'll be a little bit of a factor. We're going to have to get after it. We're going to have to turn up some pressure to make sure we knock the rust off as quick as we can. But, you know, if you're not ready to play at this time of the end of the season, it's going to be a long night for anybody. So I think we'll be ready to go.
It's certainly go time, like you mentioned. Now, you guys have played against the Govs and Coach Kusler in the past. What do they do well in your eyes, and what do you think separates this year's Pierre squad from others you faced in the past?
Well, every time Pierre comes here, they shoot it really well, and we got to do something to get that home court advantage back because they've held us to some points and they've really shot it well. So that's one thing we got to worry about. But you know, this team is another tough Pierre team. They got length. They've got some guys inside that can hold their own, that type of thing. So they're a good team, and we're going to have to be ready to go.
Certainly. Now, we know that Pierre loves to get it going early on, and that offense is usually hard to stop in the first half especially. How do you think your team can limit their play in that first half and throughout the game?
We're going to have to put some pressure on the ball a little bit to make sure Mr. Olson doesn't get his head going downhill because he's really dangerous when he gets that. We're going to have to know where Mr. Getz is at all times. Limit his shots. Probably not going to be able to take him out of any shots, but we're going to have to make him shoot some tough ones. Now,
the season is certainly starting to wind down. You only have 2 games left on the regular season schedule. You think that serves as a motivating factor for your team, or do you guys approach it with a business-as-usual mentality?
We know that these next 2 games are pretty important to us when it comes to seeding and things like that. So we're actually kind of treating these 2 games as playoff games, and that's how important they are to us.
Certainly. Now, last question. This is your team's final home game of the regular season, and maybe of the season in full as far as home games are concerned. How motivated is your team to end their home schedule with victory tonight?
You know, they love playing at home, so they want to put on a good show for everybody that's here tonight.
Should be a good one, Coach. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We'll be right back on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel in 3.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, and Pierre, where exceptional customer service meets an incredible inventory lineup. Looking for your dream car? Our expert team is here to guide you every step of the way. From dependable Fords to luxurious Lincolns and versatile Toyotas, we have something for every taste, need, and budget. Experience the difference with us today. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Welcome back here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Dylan Simmons here, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Pierre Governors boys basketball team, Miss Brianna Kusler. And Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
All right, let's get into it. I know the outcome on Friday was not what you guys were looking for, but the defense was very impressive against a very good Mitchell team. What did they do right in that game, and how do you guys keep that going into this final stretch of games this week?
You know, I think we had a lot of guys that were tasked with slowing down Marcus Talley, who's one of, if not the best guard in the state. He's an outstanding defender and just facilitates everything for them, along with scoring as well. And, it was Ladio and Sawyer and Carter Shufflebine that were tasked with slowing him down in our box and one. And I thought everybody stepped up in different responsibilities all night long defensively for us. And just yet another defense that we're tossing out there. And these guys have just adapted to whatever we're throwing at them. And they've continued to just stay the course. And it felt like we gave ourselves opportunities to stay in the game. And we had the lead in the fourth there for a little bit. And I think it was encouraging for the guys that we can, again, play with the number 2 team in the state. And we've proven that. Now we've got to start earning some wins along the road here.
You guys certainly make sure to give 100% against any opponent you face this season. Now, Jefferson is a team that you've seen quite a few times over these last few years, and you've gotten to see kind of how they play to some degree. What do you expect to see from them tonight, and how are you guys preparing for them in this one?
You know, very well coached. They've got some consistency from the standpoint. They're going to look to attack hard, kick. They play through the big guy a lot, and that's a size advantage that they certainly have. It's something that we're going to need to make sure that we're doing a good job of limiting touches inside, because we don't match up overly well with them in there, but then also containing guys around the perimeter as well, because they want to look to get downhill. They've got some quick bounce to them as well, so something that we've just got to play really solid team defense and continue to rotate, adapt to whatever they're throwing at us, and then just go from there.
Absolutely. Now, we are in the final week of regular season competition. Hard to believe. I know it's been a quick season. And with that, you kind of naturally start thinking about the postseason, maybe just a little bit more. Does that create a heightened sense of urgency for you guys, or is this more of a business as usual mentality?
I mean, 3 games still ahead of us. We sitting at 17 games in and 20 regular season games, so we still got a ways to go, even though it's just in the span of a week here. But it's hard to look at the postseason right now because there's so much that's going to fluctuate in rankings and stuff. So I think it's just a matter of one step at a time. Yep, we have 3 games this week, but nothing matters until we take care of tonight.
All right, you got to take care of your own stuff. Good mentality there. Now, as far as this game goes, what are you guys looking to do offensively to get some traction against Jefferson early?
We're going to need to get good ball reversals, but I think a team like them who they get out in transition really well. So we're going to need to be defensively sound and have a halfback, fullback in transition, but then I feel like pushing our tempo as well, getting back to speed, the speed of the game, up the tempo just a little bit, and getting those good ball reversals and giving ourselves second, third chance opportunities by crashing the offensive glass hard, even with the defensive rotation that's going to be necessary.
All right, Coach, and ultimately, what's the message to the team tonight?
Go out there and continue to stay the course. We've got to continue to put together these quality games, and good things are going to happen. Continue to have belief in one another and go out there and have a lot of fun, because that's when they play best, is when they're just playing and having a lot of fun.
I'm excited for this one, Coach. Could be a high-scoring one tonight here in Sioux Falls. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel in 3. Don't go anywhere.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Ferding Electric and their team of electricians have been serving the electrical needs of Central South Dakota for over 60 years. For fast, dependable service, call Ferding Electric for free estimates. Commercial, residential, and farm wiring. You'll find a large selection of light bulbs, including the hard-to-find fluorescent bulbs. Ferding Electric at 2903 East Elizabeth Street in Pierre. They'll do the job right the first time. Call 605-224-8684. Ferding Electric, 605-224-8684.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, You, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
Welcome back to the metropolis of South Dakota, Sioux Falls. Dylan Simmons on the call with you, and we are just about set for some boys basketball action as the Jefferson Cavaliers host your Pierre Governors. A crucial game for both. When you take a look at the current AA standings, Jefferson currently sitting in 10th at 7-10 overall, Pierre in 13th at 6-11 overall. If the season ended today, Pierre would face off against Brandon Valley in the Sodak 16. Jefferson would face off against the Spearfish Spartans. Let's now send it courtside for opening ceremonies.
By standing at attention, removing your caps and hats, and honoring America by placing your right hand over your heart. All veterans and uniformed military personnel may salute the flag. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
As always, the beautiful playing of our national anthem tonight here in Sioux Falls at Jefferson High School. It's about time to meet the players on both sides for the Govs and the Cavs. As I mentioned before the break, this high school is only 4 years old. It was built in 2021. It's the most recent addition to the Sioux Falls School District, and you can tell that from the facilities to the gymnasium right here in the high school. It is a truly exceptional venue and a great place for a basketball game, especially at this high of a magnitude. First up, Sawyer Sunshine enters for the Govs. And there's Eladio Semental back in the starting lineup here wearing all black tonight. And there's the sharpshooter, Dawson Getz. Lincoln Dilgis back in the lineup, number 13. And finally, Luke Olson rounds out the starting lineup for your Pierre Governors. And again, the all black jerseys as well as the black pants. It is a night out mentality for Pierre. They want to go out and get their business done here on the road, and they want to do it in style. Now time to meet the Cavaliers. First up, they're going to honor their cheerleaders, as is tradition in South Dakota. Love that tradition. It's been one of my favorite things to see ever since coming up to South Dakota. There's a lot of recognition for what they do and what they provide as far as energy to any basketball game.
And now, let's meet the starting five from Jefferson Cavaliers. First with the ball boys, Marty Fields. Ball boy, Brandon Payne.
Cavs having some ball boys we introduced before the starting lineup. And first up, it's Demarius Fields. Look out for him, folks. He's a shifty one, especially inside the post. Next up, it's going to be number 3, and that's Jace Unzen. Number 4, Kawhi Mayen. Number 23, that is Colby Nutbrook. And finally, number 50, Mason Payne, the tallest player on this Jefferson squad. He stands at an immense 6'6". And he may be taller than that. That may be what the roster says, but he may be even taller than 6'6". That's your starting 5 for the Cavaliers. Our scoreboard, courtesy of American Family Insurance and the Brittany Shufflebine Agency. Thank you to Brittany and American Family Insurance for sponsoring our scoreboard each and every game. The intensity is unmatched right now. The pressure is on, and the playoffs are looming. Here we go. Govs Cavs is underway. Tip-off is going to be won by Pierre, and the Govs will quickly go to work and try to get on the board first. Here's Sawyer Sunshine backing up to the logo and moving to the right side. Sunshine bounce pass to Olsen. Olsen high in the post. Hesitating, back to Sunshine, back to Olsen. Olsen finds Sawyer. There's Getz. Right side, waiting, fires it to Dilgis, gets the ball back, thought about the 3, kicks it over to Semental. Semental driving past Field to the hoop. Can't get the finish. Olsen trying to get the rebound, but can't. Rebound taken by Mason Payne. And there's that height already making a huge impact. Demarius Fields gives it over to Colby Nutbrock. And Fields has it back at the logo. Back to Nutbrock on the left side. Guarded by Getz. Fields gives it up to Jace Unzen. Unzen taking his time. Jefferson being conservative so far on offense. Fields tried to step back, went back to Unzen. Now has the ball, goes to the corner to Nutbrock. Nutbrock against the baseline, instead gives it up. Shot is gonna go in. It's a floater for the Cavs, and they take a 2-0 lead, and that is exactly the kind of start that Kawhi Mayen wanted. Mayen on the board, 2-0 Cavaliers. 3-point shot is up and good from Dawson Getz. He's here and ready for action. Dawson Getz from downtown. Now a response from Unzen is good. Jace Unzen fights fire with his own 3-point shot, and it's a 5-3 Cavaliers lead. And that one is intercepted, deflected by Unzen, taken up by Mayen. Inside shot goes in. Demarius Fields cleaned it up, and it's now 7-3 Cavaliers. And just like that, Jefferson is in prime position early on in this first quarter rather. Olsen has a lane, kicks it to Getz instead. Getz driving, goes right to Olsen underneath the basket, still holding on. Olsen trying to back his way to the hoop, instead it bounces off the backboard on the shot. Rebound taken up by the Cavaliers. Here's Mayen. Mayen's shot goes in on the runner. Mayen makes it 9-3, and he's already got 4 points just like that. Cavs on top by 6. And Pierre's defense being tested early on. Olsen to Semental. Govs need a response, down by 6 points. Sunshine backs up beyond the arc. Sawyer Sunshine kicks it to Olsen. Olsen has an open Semental on the far side. Driving against the baseline. Floaters up. No good. Rebounded by the Cavaliers. Taken up by Colby Nutbrock. On the shot, it goes in for Kawhi Mayen. 6 points already for Jefferson, an 11-3 run to kick off the first quarter. 5:08 to go. Cavaliers on top by 8. Timeout taken by Pierre. This is going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll stick with the action. But the Govs have kind of been shell-shocked early on by this initial wave from the Cavaliers. They have come out with a point to prove, and they are showing just how good and just how consistent this offense can be in the early going. So Pierre had the 3-point shot from Dawson Getz, but that's all they've been able to manage thus far. And give credit to Jefferson, they've been able to match Pierre every step of the way. Still a lot of basketball left to be played though, and Pierre's got a lot of time to figure this out. They average 56.9 points per game. They give up 59.9 points per game though. We'll see which of those battles wins out. Semental gives it to Olsen. Olsen, high post, puts up a shot, and the mid-range bounces in. Got a bit of a lucky bounce that time, but as we've always said, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. Ethan Swenson checks in the game. And that ball bounces out of bounds. Sonnenschein guarding Mayer. And Mayer holds on to it for Jefferson as Sonnenschein touched it last. 4:42 to go in the first quarter. Cavs up 11-5. Mayer gives it over to Swenson. Swenson opposite side to Unson. Jace Unson guarded by Semental. Unson, bounce pass, Mayer, goes right back to Unson. Unson, double team to Mayer, corner three's up, and he got it. Kawhi Mayer with 9 points already and a 14-5 Cavaliers lead. They've come out with a Cavalier style. That ball bouncing off of Ethan Swenson. Pierre will maintain possession, but Governors have got to find a way to halt this Cavalier momentum. Olsen at the logo. Govs down 14-5. 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Bullet pass, gets. Fall away shot, no good. Semental collects the rebound. Reverse shot doesn't go. Dilgis gets the rebound and he scores. Lincoln Dilgis with the second chance offensive putback. And the Govs make it a 7-point game once more. Unson gives it over to Swenson. Lincoln Swenson goes right back to Unson. Ethan Swenson, I should say, goes inside. And Swenson will get it once again off the pass from Quick. That shot no good. Olsen lets this one smartly go out of bounds. That is a veteran play by Luke Olsen to just let that ball travel out of bounds. Don't try to get it. Just get the easy possession and don't force yourself or keep yourself away from a mistake. Gets driving, kicks it inside to Dilgis, gets some contact, shot no good. Dilgis trying to draw a foul and didn't. Swenson up ahead, Mayer underneath the basket. He is smoked by Dawson Getz on the block. Now Getz trying to go double or nothing. 3-point shot, no good. Sonnenschein on a knee, got the ball back somehow. What an effort by number 4. And the Govs somehow still have possession of the ball. Semental almost lost it, Dilgis gets it. Now Semental inside, takes a hard foul, and he will head to the line for 2. And that's how Pierre is going to attempt this comeback with physicality and momentum. And that's what we're getting here late in this first quarter. So free throw coming up from Eladio Semental, so far scoreless in this game. But he's been making some great moves against this Jefferson defense. Misses the free throw, and you can tell he's not happy with that. Sutton Sonnenschein checks in for his brother. Jefferson sends in Demarius Fields, as well as Colby Nutbrock back in the game. 2:54 to go in the first. Second free throw from Semental is up and no good. And the rebound taken by Nutbrock. So 0 for 2 for Semental from the line. Missed chance for the Govs. Carter Shovelbein about to check in. Swenson now goes opposite side to Nutbrock. Nutbrock to Fields, back to Swenson. Swenson guarded by Olsen. There's Fields, Demarius Fields pump fakes. Finds Swenson, 3-point shot. Left side no good. Dilgis gets the rebound. Good work by Lincoln Dilgis. He's making an impact with the rebounding thus far. Puts a screen on for Olsen. Great pass, great feed, great score for Getz. What a cut by Dawson Getz straight to the basket. And the Pierre bench is alive and awake after that. Timeout on the floor by Jefferson. This will be a 30-second timeout. We will stick with the action. 2:21 to go in the first quarter. Cavs were up by as much as 9 points, but Pierre has scored 5 unanswered to cut into the lead. It's now a 5-point game with a 2:21 to play in this first stanza. Governors enter with a 6-11 record overall, 6-10 in Double-A play. Govs have had their struggles this season, but they've played well against basically everyone they fought against. They just haven't been able to translate that into wins, but when you look at how backloaded their schedule is, they've had so many tough opponents, 0-9 against teams above 500, and there's just so many good teams in Double-A this year, and it's so top-heavy that it's hard to gauge who really is elite right now. You've got Lincoln, you got Mitchell, and then it kind of becomes tough after that. So many good teams and so many potential winners in the state tournament this year. And Colby Nuprock says, add Jefferson to that list with that triple. 17-9 Cavaliers, and that's the three-point shot and the big answer they were looking for. Getz, driving, shooting, scoring. Dawson Getz is a lightning bug in this first quarter, as then he's lighting up the scoreboard. 5 points early on to make it 17-11. 7 points in total for Getz, as that shot is up and no good from Quick, but he was fouled, so he heads to the free throw line. So 2 coming up for Quick, and his name is spelled K-U-E-K, K-U-E-K, but it's pronounced Quick. And whenever you watch him on the floor, you can tell that that's a very apropos name, because he moves around at Barry Allen speed. Free throw from Quick is good. Makes it 18-11. A couple of substitutions. Mason Payne is back in the game for the Cavaliers. And it looks like Jace Unzen is back as well. Second free throw from Quick, no good. And the rebound collected by Semental. 18-11 Cavaliers. Semental wasting no time. Scoop layup, no good. Rebounded by Unzen. Up ahead, taken by Quick. Quick races his way to a slam dunk. 20-11, and Quick turned on the afterburners that time. 9-point lead for the Cavaliers. Shovelbein has to be careful for avoiding a backcourt violation. Just did. Gets to the corner, finds Olsen. Here's the three. No good. Semental with the rebound. Semental still holding on. Gives it to Olsen. He puts it in. Great job by Luke Olsen to follow his own shot, get underneath the basket and bail out Semental. Three-point shot. Fields is good. Another triple for Jefferson. They are shooting the lights out early on here in Sioux Falls. 23-13. Gets right side to Olsen. Gives it to Semental. Semental inside. Great cut by Shovelbein off the glass and good. 8-point game. Shovelbein on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. 23-15 Jefferson in this high-scoring first quarter. Kind of what we expected. There's about an 1/8 of a tenth difference between, or 8/10 of a second, excuse me, hard to say that 5 times fast, between shot clock and game clock. Clock down to 14 seconds. Can basically round it out to a second difference. That would have been easier to say. Left side, Nuprock gives it to Unzen. Jace Unzen finds Fields, corner three. He was fouled on the shot by Semental, and that was about as good as it could have went. If he can't make the shot, Demarius Fields will take the 3 free throws. And Brianna Kusler, you can tell not exactly what she was looking for on that shot attempt. It's all about where you land when it comes to fouling on threes most of the time, and unfortunately, Semental just landed right in Demarius Fields' landing zone. He puts in the free throw, makes it 24-15. This could be a 3-point swing to end the first quarter and make it a double-digit game again, which would be a crusher for Pierre early on. Fields second, right through. 25-15 Jefferson, as Pierre will send in a couple substitutes. Caden Aharts checks in briefly. Sutton Sonnenschein and Dawson Getz get a rest. Sawyer Sonnenschein back in the game. 2.4 left on the clock. Final free throw coming up for Fields. And he got it. 3 for 3 for Demarius Fields, and it's 26-15. Time running out, long range half-court shot, no good from Caden Aharts, and that'll do it for the first quarter. And a high-scoring first quarter dominated by the Jefferson Cavaliers, and the name of the game is the triple. The Cavs have quite a few already, and an 11-point lead. We'll be back in 1 minute for the second quarter. You're listening in to Pierre Governors Basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Back in 1.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Welcome back for the second quarter of action between your Pierre Governors and the Jefferson Cavaliers. Dylan Simmons on the call. Second quarter underway here in Sioux Falls. Cavs on top by 11 points and trying to extend that lead with the basketball. Demarius Fields able to find Mayer. Mayer goes opposite side to Jace Unson. Unson left side. Goes right back to Mayer. Fields already with 8 points in this already in the first quarter. Mayer for three from the corner. Up and over and no good. Payne with the rebound and he scores. Mason Payne gets the offensive board and gets the points. Shot went over the hoop that time and Pierre unable to find it. As Caden Aharts goes back to Getz. Govs down by 13 now. And they've got to find a way to turn this around and quickly if they want to find a way to win tonight. Luke Olson from the left side, driving, puts up a runner, no good, and somehow Aharts gets the rebound on the hop. Back out to Dilges, mid-range J, up and no good. Rebound is finally collected by Mason Payne. So heck of an effort by Pierre that time to even get a couple shots up, but they couldn't cash in. Nuprock, far side, gives it to Payne. Payne has to go right back beyond the three-point line. Gives it to Jace Unson. Unson just pulls up for three and got it. There's not a lot of defense that can do anything against that. When a guy is dialed in like that, as Jace Unson just was, you really can't do anything to stop it. 31-15, and Unson now with two triples. Jefferson is just continuing to really dial up that three-point shot and leaving Pierre with no way to stop it. Aharts kicks it to Olson for three, and he got it. And there's an Allen Iverson-esque answer for Luke Olson. He gets his first three-point shot of the game, 7 points total. Fields driving, shot no good. There was a foul committed. The question was it on the floor? Looks like it was before the shot, so this will be an inbound pass coming up for the Cavaliers with 6:07 to go in the second quarter. Cavs up by 13 points. Inbounder from Unson. Goes high to Payne. Payne guarded by Dilges in one-on-one, and an illegal screen by Jefferson. Pierre will take over. So that's the first real mistake that Jefferson has made on the offensive end for the entire game. As Quick will check in, as will Ethan Whitning. So Whitning in for the first time in this game. Of course, Jefferson in those all-white jerseys tonight. Contrast Pierre's all-black really well. Really nice uniform clash tonight. Dawson gets back at the logo, goes high to Dilges. Dilges gives it to Olson. Olson, right side, goes back inside. Dilges, mid-range J, got it. That is Lincoln Dilges' sweet spot. Another pretty penny from him. He always seems to deliver from that mid-range token. Demarius Fields, double dribble. Got a little too fancy trying to go against Dawson Getz against the baseline that time, and ended up turning it over. Now we'll see if Pierre can maybe start to build a little bit of momentum back. Here's Olson. He's wasting no time guarded by Fields. Trying to take it right to the hoop, but has to stop. Reset. Moves to the left side. Still getting hounded by Fields and lost the basketball. Up ahead, it goes to Unson. Unson gives it right over, tried to give it right over. And instead, Nuprock had to watch it go by. Last touch by Pierre. So this will be an inbound pass. Almost looked like that was a foul on a wraparound, but the official made the call, and there was no argument from Olson. As Aharts checks out. And Carter Shovelbein back in the game. Inbound pass, Unson goes to Fields, wants the three, guarded by Shovelbein immediately. Back to Unson. Unson right side, bounce pass to Nuprock. Nuprock being hounded by Sawyer Sonnenschein. And he's got to just check it back to Unson. Unson bounces it to Fields, and he somehow, nope, he did step out of bounds. Or no, timeout actually on the floor. There was a timeout taken just before he would have either stepped out of bounds or barely stayed in bounds by Tim Breck. And this is a 30-second timeout, so that was a smart timeout by the head coach who kind of knew his player was in trouble. Just take the timeout and don't risk giving up a possession and more momentum to the Govs. Tim Reck in his 4th season as Jefferson head coach, 56-33 overall in his career. He was a former assistant coach at both Roosevelt and Washington, so he has plenty of ties to the Sioux Falls area as far as coaching is concerned. Also an alum of USD, former South Dakota Coyote, and a state champion. Won the Class AA state title with Roosevelt in 2000 as an assistant, and now trying to bring a state championship pedigree here to Jefferson. First and only coach so far in Cavalier history. He's passed over for head coaching jobs 3 times in his 20 years as an assistant coach, but Jefferson was the right opportunity, and he's made the most of it, and is trying to keep that going tonight. Unson sidesteps a man, tries to put up a shot. Instead, a traffic shot goes in for Kawhi Mayer, puts it in and makes it 33-20. I don't know how he even had a chance to put that one up. And a foul and a shot. Let's see if this one's going to be on the floor. It is going to be on the floor, so this is going to be an inbound pass. Otherwise, it would have been an and one. Mayen made that last shot. Apologize if I've been calling him Mayer for a little bit. Inbound pass coming up for Olson. Olson gives it to Dilges. Right back to Shovelbein. Guarded by Mayen. Olson's got it, left side. Gets a screen from Sonnenschein. He's driving, he's in the lane. Pulls back, goes to Dilges. There's that mid-range J, had some contact. No foul, no good. Player falls down, and this will be a foul on Dilges. Made some contact with Jace Unson in transition. And that will be Dilges' 3rd, or looks like just his 2nd foul of this 2nd quarter. And that'll send him to the bench, but Jana Kusler obviously not wanting to take any chances and keep one of her primary starters within range to not get in foul trouble. Quick guarded by Getz, pulls up for a mid-range J, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Olson. A fortuitous bounce for Pierre. Sonnenschein stops, waits, and goes right back to Olson. Olson at the logo. Gives it to Getz. Getz, and they're going to say he traveled. So he was trying to make a move past Quick, and he didn't have a chance to go to the basket. Marius Field will check out. Ethan Swenson is back in the game. Right now it's Mayen, Whitening, Swenson, Unson, and Quick on the floor for Jefferson. Here's Swenson. Gives it to Whitening. Whitening over to Unson. Unson bounce pass to Whitening. Whitening moves past Semental, gets double teamed, and somehow the ball stays in the hands of Swenson. Gives it up. Mayen, short shot, bouncing, and finally it rattles on in. 35-20, and boy, the luck has just not been on Pierre's side early on in this game. 35-20. 3:23 to go in the first half. Sonnenschein finds Semental. Semental bounces it back to Olson. Olson tries to fire it in and does to Semental, and he gets the and one. What a play by Eladio Semental, fighting right through the contact and elevating himself to the hoop to give Pierre 2 and potentially 3. This will be his 2nd trip to the free throw line. He went 0 for 2 earlier on in the first. Let's see if he can make it a 3-point play. Nope, but Getz secures the rebound, and Pierre's got a chance to add more. Getz tried to go to Shovelbein. This one straight up in the air. Shovelbein keeps it in bounds. Semental gets contacted again, and he's back to the free throw line. How in the world did Pierre manage to keep the ball in bounds? I don't know how Shovelbein didn't step out of bounds that time, as he was airborne when he made the catch, and he was pointed out of bounds and somehow kept his feet in play, and then Semental fighting through the contact makes a timely first free throw to make it 35-23. Semental now with 3 points as Jefferson sends in substitutes. Mason Payne is back in the game, as is Colby Nutbrock. And this time Semental is 2 for 2. 11-point game. That was a 4-point swing for Pierre on basically one possession. So that is exactly what Pierre needed to take a bite out of this lead. Payne inside, too easy on the assist from Ethan Swenson. Payne just went right to the hoop and went right up and over his defender to put that one in, but Simmental has the answer. What a second quarter and what a stretch for Eladio Simmental. 6 straight points, and it's right back to an 11-point game. 2:32 to go in the second quarter. Step back three on the way and good for the Cavs. Jace Unson now with 9, and it's 40-26. And again, Pierre just cannot seem to stop Jefferson on defense right now. A very different tone to what we saw against Mitchell on Friday night. Now a corner three up from Getz off the side of the iron, no good, and rebounded by Nutbrock. This Cavs offense is a lightning bolt right now, and quick, almost added some more. Ball bounces back. Nutbrock collects it on the rebound after the missed shot, and Payne inside makes it too easy. 42-26. They are unstoppable right now. 42-26, the minute 50 to go in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a full timeout call by Brianna Kusler. We'll take one as well. We'll be back in one right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Dylan Simmons on the call, and the second quarter resuming. Governors down by 16 points to the Jefferson Cavaliers. 42-26 your score. Eladio Simmental mid-range, no good. Ahart's trying to fight for the rebound, and somehow Pierre does get it back. Olsen was gonna go for 3, but he traveled. He took one too many steps, trying to step backward beyond the arc. And that would have been good as well, and it would have been exactly what the doctor ordered. Right now, Pierre's primary problem is they haven't been able to stop Jefferson on the defensive end. Cavaliers with 42 points. They're on pace for 84 in this game right now. One of the most electrifying first halves offensively we've seen all season. Mason Payne guarded by Simmental. Gives it up. Bullet pass is into the bleachers from Ethan Swenson. He was trying to go to Mayen rather. And instead it went right to the Casper the Friendly Ghost. Governors will get it back with the minute 17 to play in this first half of action. But the barometric pressure right now is pretty suffocating on Pierre as they're trying to get this lead back to a manageable distance and to take a bite out of it little by little. Rome wasn't built in a day, and Dawson gets trying to give a history lesson. It bounces back to Sun and Shine. Sun and Shine kicks it to Dilgis, or rather Ahart's. Ahart's right back to Sun and Shine. Ahart's gets it back over to Simmental now. High post. Simmental has an open man. It's Olsen. Fires it to Getz. Getz right back to Simmental. Ahart's again. Ahart's right side to Simmental. Now the offense slows down just a bit. Olsen takes it, spins, shoots, and scores. Tough shot from Luke Olsen, but he got it to fall anyway. That is the dynamic talent that number 23 possesses. 9 points in the first half to lead the Govs. Final 25 seconds of this second quarter. Demarius Fields guarded by Ahart's. Shot clock is off, so he can take as long as he wants, and it looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to make this the final possession, if he can help it, of this first half. Fields driving, kicks it out. Unsit to the corner. Nutbrock for 3. No good. Ball bouncing around. Payne gets the rebound, but lost the basketball out of bounds. And was there a foul committed? With 1.1 to play. Looks like it just went out of bounds on Pierre, so no foul, but it is Jefferson basketball. They'll send in quick on a quick substitution, no pun intended, as Mayen checks out. So Jefferson's only got time for a Damian Lillard shot. Bounce pass, shot, goes in for the Cavs. Colby Nuprock cut right to the basket and delivered for Jefferson. 44 first half points by the Jefferson Cavaliers at home, and your Pierre Governors down 16. Still a lot of basketball to go, but a lot of things to shore up defensively coming out of the locker room. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have your KCCR Sports halftime show recapping the first half and all the latest stats. Make sure to stay tuned for that right here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. We'll be back in 3.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Discover the ultimate driving experience at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. With our extensive lineup of vehicles, including reliable sedans, rugged SUVs, and powerful trucks, finding your perfect match has never been easier. Plus, our dedicated team is committed to providing top-notch customer service, ensuring your satisfaction every step of the way. Visit us today and experience the excellence at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Well, so far in this game, it's been a scoring bonanza for the Jefferson Cavaliers as we've reached halftime between your Govs and Jefferson. The score is 44-28 in boys basketball action. Currently, Jefferson on pace to score 88 points in this game in total. Dylan Simmons on the call with you. Let's go over some first half stats to see just how Jefferson and Pierre got to their totals. Jefferson led by Kawhi Mayen. He was sensational. Had issues pronouncing his name, but he's not going to let me forget his name after this performance. 13 points in the first half. Jace Unson with 9. Mason Payne with 6. He was a real force in the interior as well, using all 6'6" of his frame. Colby Nuprock with 5, including the last-second buzzer beater at the end of the first half. Demarius Fields with 8. Quick with 3 for the Cavaliers, and that's how they got to 44 points in that first half of action. Meanwhile, for your Pierre Governors, they were led in scoring by Luke Olson, who had a solid 9 in the first half in total. Dawson Getz had 7, all of that coming in the first quarter. He was held scoreless in the second quarter, surprisingly enough, after a hot start. Eladio Simental with 6, all of that also in the second quarter. It was in one big blitz within about a minute and a half. It was a heck of a stretch for him. And towards the end of the first half, you wonder how that will translate into the second half of action. Lincoln Dilges also with a couple of mid-range J's for Pierre. That's how they got to 28, so it wasn't a bad scoring performance. Also, Carter Shovelbein with you, forgot to mention that. It wasn't a bad offensive first half for Pierre necessarily. It's just that they were so outpaced by Jefferson that it really made this game and really makes this game look more lopsided than what it actually is. And the key for Pierre in the second half is going to be defense, defense, and did I mention defense? They've got to find a way to turn this defense around and limit whatever Jefferson is doing right so far. And it seems to me that it's going to be the three-point shot. That's been their big key. They've been able to get so many three-point shots in and in and in. And although they are making shots on a consistent basis, sometimes it also has to do with just being a bit more lucky than your opponent, and Jefferson certainly has had that. But you can't discount what they've been able to do. They've gotten open looks, they've found ways to maneuver past this Pierre defense, and they've just overall had the advantage. So the the Govs, not the Cavaliers, the Governors, that'd be a name, but the Govs have got to find a way to change that, turn that around, and keep that from happening in this second half, and I'm sure that's what Brianna Kusler is talking about as of right now in the locker room. Taking a look at some other halftime scores across the state, seeing if anything else has come in the recent going. There's a lot of big-time matchups in AA tonight to keep an eye on. And one of those that obviously we'll be keeping a close eye on is Pierre is playing Jefferson in girls action right now. Don't have any score on that one yet. Brandon Valley and Mitchell playing in boys basketball action tonight, two of the top 4 teams in the state. It is Brandon Valley on top 27-20 at the half. We've also got Huron and O'Gorman there in the first quarter. So we'll await to see how that one works out. And of course, a bunch of other great games on tap tonight across the state of South Dakota. We're going to take one more 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have second half action between your Pierre Governors and the Jefferson Cavaliers. Can Pierre turn things around in the second half? We'll find out shortly. Back in 3.
Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Ferding Electric and their team of electricians have been serving the electrical needs of Central South Dakota for over 60 years. For fast, dependable service, call Ferding Electric for free estimates. Commercial, residential, and farm wiring. You'll find a large selection of light bulbs, including the hard-to-find fluorescent bulbs. Ferding Electric at 2903 East Elizabeth Street in Pierre. They'll do the job right the first time. Call 605-224-8684. Ferding Electric, 605-224-8684.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Welcome back to the metropolis of South Dakota, Sioux Falls. Dylan Simmons on the call, and we are just about set for third quarter action between your Govs and the Jefferson Cavaliers. By the way, at last check, the Pierre Governors girls team down to Jefferson 42-35. That game also on KCCR Sports YouTube channel, as well as Capital City Rock. John Winkler on the call. Here we go. Sawyer Sonnenschein with the ball inside to Simmental. Simmental gets fouled hard, takes a dive, and he'll head to the charity stripe. Governors down by 16 to Jefferson, who was an absolute flamethrower in the first half, led by their superstar Kawhi Mayen with 13 points in total, but they had a lot more where that came from Demarius Fields as well, Colby Nutbrock, just to name a couple. Simmental puts in the first free throw. He's now got 7 in the game, and it is a 15-point Cavalier lead. And free throw number 2 goes in. The Cavalier name, by the way, comes from the Virginia Cavaliers, of which Thomas Jefferson was the founder. And of course, you may be able to guess where Jefferson High School came from. That's right, it was John Adams, but you didn't know that. All right, I'm kidding. It was indeed Thomas Jefferson. Away from the bad jokes, here we go, back to basketball. At the top of the key, it's Jace Unsen. He takes a three-point shot. No good. Dill just falls down. Looks like he's okay. Rebound by Simmental. Governors trying to get some momentum. Getz pulls up for 3, in and out. Rebound taken by Sonnenschein. Boy, that was oh so close to an absolute bomb dropped to start off this third quarter. Instead, Simmental gives it back to Sonnenschein. Governors reset. Shot clock at 20 seconds. Sonnenschein looked for Olsen for a second. Now bounces it to Getz. Getz goes right back to Sonnenschein. Thought about the 3, almost lost it. Goes inside to Simmental in the post. Cutting is Olsen. He falls down, and possession goes to Jefferson. As there was some contact between Olsen and I believe Mason Payne, but no foul was called. And the officials have been a little bit lax when it comes to contact tonight. They haven't been as ready to call it as we've seen in some other games this season. Driving right to the hoop and getting fouled is Jace Unsen, and this time there will be a trip to the free throw line in store, but for the Cavaliers. Foul committed by Olsen, and that's going to be his first of this game. So Jace Unsen will head to the line. Chance to add to his scoring total, and the free throw is up and good. Jace Unsen now with 10 points, joins Kawhi Mayen as the lone double-digit scorers in this game. He can make it 2 for 2 right here. No good. Rebounded by Olsen. Score remains at 45-30. Olsen driving. Euro step. No good. Rebound collected by Demarius Fields. Olsen almost got it back. Now Fields driving. Shooting. No good on the reverse. Rebound is ripped away by Lincoln Dilgis. Good work as he just out-wrestled Colby Nutbrock that time. Now it's Getz. Inside to Simmental. Kicks it back out to Olsen. Simmental guarded by Fields. Now by Unsen. Near corner, taken up by Luke Olsen. Sawyer Sonnenschein up over his head to Getz. Getz, here comes the three-point shot. No good, Payne with the rebound. And again, Pierre just has not had a lot of luck from downtown. Bullet pass, and there's the freight train coming. It's Colby Nutbrock. 47-30. Nutbrock now with 7, his first points of the second half. 17-point Jefferson lead. Getz, fall away, puts it in off the glass. And Dawson Getz gets his first points of this second half. Ball up ahead to Quick, or rather to Mayen. Why Mayen has to watch it go out of bounds. And Pierre will get the basketball right back, as that was an attempted fast break opportunity. Jefferson will make a couple substitutions, I should say. As Mason Payne and Colby Nuprock check out, Quick is now back in the game. And he's joined by Ethan Whitening. Bounce pass to Luke Olson. He takes the three-point shot. No good. Simmental, gets the rebound in that mosh pit and puts it in. Good work by Dawson. Gets to locate that basketball. He's now got 11 and leads all Governors in scoring. 13-point Cavalier lead. Pierre's got to find a way to guard them defensively right now. Quick making it hard, and a foul is committed by Getz on the floor. Inbound pass coming up. That'll be Getz' first of the game. Good crowd on hand tonight here in Sioux Falls at Jefferson. Of course, crowd probably partially split. Some of them likely in the capital city right now. And again, the girls of Pierre are playing Jefferson right now on Capital City Rock and also right here on the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Join John Winkler for that one and kind of simulcast the two games if possible. Olson guarding his man inside. Whitening puts the shot in, 49-34. And now a 15-point Jefferson lead as Whitening put it in off of Swenson. Now Sonnenschein, low pass to Simmental. Simmental high post has to back out. Bounces it to Olson. Inside to Dilgis. Dilgis, tough shot off the glass and good. Tough play by Lincoln. Dilgis put it in for his 6th point of the night. 13-point Jefferson lead. Demarius Fields, double team momentarily. Back out to Swenson. Lost the basketball and hopped straight up in the air. Out of bounds. Last touched by Jefferson, or rather by Pierre. Somehow they avoided it having Kawhi Mayen touch that thing. So Kawhi will put it back in and gives it to Fields. And that's been some of the bad luck that Pierre's had. Just these bounces have not been going their way for whatever reason. Quick gives it up to Ethan Whitening. Whitening guarded by Dilgis in the post. Kicks it inside, fall away shot, and a foul on Kawhi Mayen will send him to the free throw line. Another foul not going Pierre's way with 4:07 to go in the third quarter. And it's just foul after foul. And you can't control how that works sometimes, but as Pierre just adds to the frustration level. Carter Shovelbein checks in for Eladio Simmental. Governors still very much in the thick of this thing, but they just haven't been able to break through and stop the Jefferson scoring streak. Mayen second is no good, and Olson just collects the rebound. And now Pierre will try to take another bite out of this lead as they caught a break with Mayen missing both free throws. Sonnenschein to Carter Shovelbein. Luke Olson now, who's had multiple 20-point games on the year and explosive second halves in the past. Dilgis off the glass, no good. Had some really big pressure on him that time. Here's Quick bounces it ahead. Mayen off the glass makes it easy. 51-36, and again, it's the fast break offense that's really starting to now make a difference for Jefferson in this third quarter. And Pierre has not been able to guard in transition well and add to it an illegal screen now. So an illegal screen, an offensive foul by Pierre. Jefferson will take over. And the wheels just continue to not spin for Pierre. Eladio Simmental will check in for Lincoln Dilgis. Govs trying to avoid dropping to 6-12 on the season. This was probably their toughest game left with how Jefferson's played against some of their opponents this year, and they're showing that they're every bit the contender that they may fancy themselves as. Obviously, the record may not reflect them being in the elite status of AA, but they're playing an elite basketball game right now and giving Pierre one of their toughest challenges of the season, and that has to be commended. Probably the best offense, at least in one night, we've seen all year long. This floater is up and no good. Rebound taken up, and Swenson puts it in. He got his own offensive rebound and put it right in, and Swenson with his first basket of the game. 53-36. Olson on the block, gives it to Simmental. Simmental off the glass, puts it in. Timeout taken by Brianna Kusler. Wants to talk things over and see if she can get Pierre in the right frame of mind with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Govs down 53-38. This is a 30-second timeout. Governors average 59.9 points per game given up, and they've already given up 53. And we still have 3 minutes to play in this third quarter. So obviously, things have not been going right defensively for whatever reason for this Pierre basketball team. If you'll remember back to the Corn Palace on Friday, they hardly gave up 50 points against the Mitchell Colonels, the defending state champions. But here tonight on the road in Jefferson, they just have not been able to stop the bangarang that is the Cavaliers offense. Inbound pass coming up for the Cavs, who will try to add to this lead. Pierre is going to utilize the full court press for the first time in this game. And they'll see if they can make some headway that way. But Quick is saying, not so fast, my friend. Gives it right up to Whitening. Takes a shot, puts up a shot. No good. Semental gets fouled on the rebound attempt. And Pierre will take over possession of the basketball. That's a good start. That's going to be foul number 2 on Jefferson in this quarter. So nowhere near the bonus. But again, the most important thing right now is Pierre's got the ball. And they need to put together consistent strings of scoring to get back into this game, because it's not over. There's still a lot of basketball left to be played, and Pierre is still very much in striking distance. They've just got to have some things go their way. Had a few stops on defense, put in some shots on offense, and you're right back in the thick of it. Luke Olson can't get this one to fall. Gets his own rebound for a moment, put up a shot and couldn't get it to fall. Ethan Whitening with the rebound, and here come the Cavs. Almost going for 3 was Nuprock. Nuprock backtracks. Jace Unson for 3, no good. Ball still in the air. Shovelbein gets the rebound on a fast break. Here he comes, and you can't stop the locomotive. Carter Shovelbein going coast to coast, makes it a 13-point game. Quick in the post. Shot no good. Whitening with the rebound, gets double teamed and still put it in anyway. Ethan Whitening has been unstoppable inside the post for parts of this third quarter, and it's right back to a 15-point game. Got fouled. That was on the floor, so it's not going to be an and one. Third team foul by Jefferson in this quarter. Inbound pass coming up for the Governors. And it's going to be on Quick. That'll be his first, as Demarius Fields and Mason Payne are back in for the Cavaliers. Jefferson on track for their highest scoring game of the season if things continue as they have been. 1:40 to play in the third quarter. Semental on the left side, trying to spin out of pressure. Gives it to Olson. Olson right side. Gets a screen from Getz. Moves. Looking, and he got stripped of the ball. Taken away by Mason Payne. Bouncing over to Jace Unson. Unson now from beyond the arc. Gives it to Fields. Another turnover forced by Jefferson. They forced a few of those tonight, and that was a big one. Quick guarded by Getz. Goes across the court. Here's a big block by Lincoln Dilgis. He sent that one to the skyline. That was actually Olson, my apologies, who made that block. And Olson makes his defender fall down. He's going to take a three-point shot, and he just can't get it to fall. And add to it a foul by Dawson Getz, trying to strip it away. So Olson made the block, put up the three-point shot, and it was in, and then it was out. And it's, again, man, that kind of frustration for Pierre. Olson checks out, Sawyer Sonnenschein and Lincoln Dilgis check in. Getz will also go to the bench. So we'll see if the Pierre depth pieces can make an impact in this late portion of the third, 51.1. And because that was the 5th team foul on Pierre, that'll send Jefferson to the free throw line. So chance for it to become a 17-point game once again. If Jefferson were to win this, it would put them at 8-10 overall and pretty much solidify their spot in the top 10 of the AA standings. Right now, Rapid City Central and Pierre hot on their heels. But this loss is not going to do Pierre any favors if it does turn out that way. Payne misses the free throw. So it's not going to be a 17-point game quite yet. You're hoping that Payne maybe goes 0 for 2, get the basketball back here and get a little something out of this. He did miss it, but an offensive rebound taken by Nuprock. Three-point shot on the way from Fields. No good. Ball bouncing around. It is out of bounds. Sawyer Sonnenschein tried to save it. Semental was trying to keep it in bounds as well. He could have possibly let it go, but he decided to chase after it. Tough to say whether it would have been out of bounds on Pierre or Jefferson at that point, but either way, it's Cavs ball. Up ahead, this one deflected and somehow goes right back to Nutbrock. Three-point shot on the way, off the front of the iron, no good. And now Mason Payne with an offensive board. And Jefferson keeps this possession alive. And now the shot clock is basically turned off in this situation. It's still on, but there's maybe a 1/10 of a second difference. So it's basically non-existent. And I think Jay Sunson and the Cavs want to make this the final possession of this third quarter. Third quarters have been a problem for Pierre this year, and this one doesn't seem to be an exception. Fields kicks it to Unson, driving against the baseline. Tough shot, and he paid for it. Got blocked by Dilgis, but it was last touched by Pierre, so this will be an inbound pass for the Cavs. And they'll keep the ball with 4.9 to play in the third quarter. Sutton Sonnenshine's going to check in real quick. Looks like he's coming in for Dilgis. Dilgis, by the way, with 3 fouls, so he's going to have to be careful in this final fourth quarter so he doesn't get taken out of the game as that ball somehow rolls to Nutbrock. Don't know if that was intentional, but Simmental blocks it away. It's out of bounds on Sonnenshine. There's going to be some time left. Looks like 1 second, if that. That's going to be a 1/10 of a second according to the clock. Well, no, now the officials are going to have a conversation. Now they put 1.1 on the clock. So they're going to have a brief discussion about how much time should be left on the clock. Sonnenshine was trying to keep it in play. And again, that's maybe a situation where you should just let it go. Pierre has made that possible mistake a couple times. Of course, you understand in theory why they'd go for it. So there will be 1.1, at least for now. And it looks like it is going to stay that way. So again, it's going to be another Damian Lillard situation. Remember, they scored, Jefferson did, on this same situation at the end of the first half. Bounce pass inside. It is to Nutbrock, and he's not going to get the shot off. This time, Pierre was ready for it. Great defense by Sonnenshine and Simmental. But that'll do it for the third quarter. Jefferson on top, 55-40, trying to move to 8-10 and hand Pierre their 12th loss of the season. We'll be back for the final quarter of action. You're listening in to Pierre Governors Basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Back in 1.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Jefferson High School in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Dylan Simmons on the call. Our scoreboard, courtesy of American Family Insurance and the Brittany Shovelbein Agency. Fourth quarter underway. Cavs with the basketball up 55-40 on your Pierre Governors. Trying to bring this one home. Pierre trying to mount a big comeback in this fourth quarter, but time is of the essence right now, and Pierre is going to have to be more consistent on defense to make it happen. Demarius Fields goes to the opposite side to Nutbrock. Now back to Jace Unson in the corner. Unson recalibrates and goes to Fields around the horn. It's Mayen inside. There was a foul committed, and it's going to be against Getz. So another foul on Pierre, as there'll be an inbound pass on the Cavs, and the frequency of fouls has just been really tough for the Governor. Why do I keep calling them that? The Govs tonight. Saying Governors and Cavaliers, that gets me tongue-tied for some reason. Bounce pass inside to Mason Payne. Payne in the low post, off the block, shot's no good. Gets his own rebound and puts it right back in. The bigger body of Mason Payne made all the difference that time as he just boxed out his defender. 57-40, Jefferson on top. Olsen spinning, pirouetting, and putting it in. Tough shot by Olsen. That is his first basket of this second half. He went scoreless in the third quarter. 57-42 Cavaliers. 6:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Unson, guarded by Olson, bounces it to Mason Payne, and he's gonna miss the shot. Dilges can't get the rebound, and Nutbrock puts it right in. He just out-wrestled Lincoln Dilges for the basketball that time, and that doesn't happen very often. Nutbrock now with 9, 59-42 Cavs. Bounce pass to Dilges. Dilges shot off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Dilges though, and he can't get that one to fall either. Rebounded by Payne, and Jefferson with the ball again. Here's a three-point shot from Jay Unson, and he puts it right in. 62-42. Unson now with 13 and yet another triple. Olson to Getz, he just puts up a three, and he got it. Big three-point shot by Dawson Getz. Timeout on the floor. Dawson Getz now with 14 points to lead the Governors. But Pierre still down by 17, 62-45 with 6:07 to go in the fourth quarter. This will be a full 1-minute timeout. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're listening in to Pierre Governors Basketball on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls. Action already in progress. Your Governors down 62-45 to the Jefferson Cavaliers. Trying to hold on to the basketball is Ethan Swenson on the opposite end. Swenson kicks it out to Kawhi Mayen. Mayen, top of the key, over to Swenson. Swenson goes all the way across the court to Quick on the block, lost the ball, and Pierre will take over. Good defense by Eladio Simmental, and Dawson gets that time to force the turnover. 5:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Governors trying to find their way back in this game and pull off a massive comeback, but time is of the essence right now, and I think the three-point shot is going to become a much more valued commodity in this fourth quarter. Here's Shovelbein for two, just got that one to fall. Got the lucky roll around the rim, and eventually the lotto ball went in the hole. It's now 62-47, and Shovelbein with 6. Here's a shot, though, on the opposite end that goes right in for Jefferson, 64-47. And who else but Kawhi Mayen now with 17. So it seems like whenever Pierre finally gets a shot to go in, there's just always an answer from Jefferson. 64 points with 5:05 to go in the fourth. Step back three, got it. And a foul was committed as well. Dawson gets a chance for a 4-point play. There's a change the atmosphere play from number 10. Now that is a hard-earned shot. It's not often you see a guy take a hit like that and still find a way to put it in the basket. And they're going to say it was a 2. His foot must have just been on the line. Now the official making sure on that. I think he's just trying to confirm, and it is indeed just a 2-point shot. So again, it's just another one of those unfortunate circumstances for Dawson Getz. And oh no, they are going to say it's a 3-point shot. So it was a 3 and a 4-point play. So I didn't get it wrong there. Getz now with 15 points in this game, 64-51. Here's Whitening with the ball. It's now a 13-point game. Let's see if Pierre can make something of it. Trying to go to Mayen as Whitening. Whitening double team. Ball pops straight up in the air. Somehow bounces back. Now inside. That shot goes in. Quick. In one-on-one. Somehow got that one to fall, despite the fact he was directly underneath the basket guarded by Olson. Don't know how in the world he did it. Olson in the post. Fakes out his defender Mayen, but can't get the shot to fall. And somehow Shovelbein rips the rebound away. Gets for 3. Yes! Another triple from Dawson Getz. This guy is changing the temperature in this room. He's got 18 and another three-point shot in this fourth quarter. Here's Demarius Fields. The lead has been trimmed to 12 for Jefferson. That ball almost out of bounds. Fields, fall away three, off the back of the iron, no good. Gets with the rebound. Here's Olsen, fast break, 4 minutes to go. Olsen going right to the hoop, tough shot, gets fouled. And Luke Olsen will head to the free throw line. Is this the last gasp from Pierre or a sign of the future? I don't have Daniel with me, but maybe this is a prophecy of what's going to happen in these next 4 minutes. 2 free throws from Olsen, gets the first one to fall. Best free throw shooter on the team, now with 12 on the night. And it looks like we'll see a shuffling of the deck for both Pierre and Jefferson. Caden Aharts checks in for Sawyer, Sunshine. Sunshine scoreless thus far tonight. As well, some substitutes for Jefferson. Olsen goes 2 for 2 from the line. 10-point game. Olsen now with 13. Full court press from Pierre. Race for the basketball with Fields. Up ahead to Aharts. That shot is good. Demarius Fields just outraced the defense that time in transition. Pierre quickly on the move. Semental kicks it. Three-point shot is no good. This time jump by Aharts, or Shovelbein rather. Now a tie-up. Who gets possession? It looks like Pierre will get possession. So great work by the Govs to somehow get in on that basketball and get it back. 12-point game, 68-56. 3:38 to go in the fourth. Time running short. Pierre trying to mount one last comeback. Inbound pass, Aharts. On the left wing, goes to Getz. Right side to Olsen. Olsen in one-on-one. He's going to take it right to the hoop, and he can't get the and one. But he did get fouled, so Luke Olsen will head to the free throw line. One thing that Luke Olsen has not shied away from in this game is going right to the basket, and that's what he just did right there. Chance at 2 right here to make it a 10-point game once more. These critical. And he gets the first one. He's now 3 for 3 from the line in this fourth quarter. Can always rely on that ability. Looks like the Pierre Girls Governors, or Pierre Governor Girls, I should say, are going to fall to Jefferson in the home game as Olsen puts them both in. 10-point game now. 68-58, full court press, cross the court to Unson. Up ahead, it's Nutbrock, bounce past the Fields, right back to Nutbrock. He gets fouled by the Governors, and it's yet another foul on Pierre, and this one is going to be controversial to say the least. You can tell that Brianna Kusler did not agree with the call. She just immediately fell to a knee after that. And it's another one of these bang-bang calls that if you're a Pierre fan, you gotta question what's going on right now to some degree. Even if it's unfounded, that emotion is still there. Fields going to the left side. Quick in the corner. Goes right back to Unson. And right now it's just bleeding the clock time for Jefferson. Inside of 3 minutes to go. Unson in no hurry. Guarded by Semental. Unson spinning, pirouetting. Inside. This shot is blocked by Aharts, but getting the rebound and scoring is Unson. And that's been a huge key in this game, has been their ability to get rebounds. Olsen quickly bounces it back to Shovelbein. Fall away shot is no good, and the rebound taken up by Mason. Or Page, rather. Mason Page with his team up 70-58. And again, Jefferson will just look to bleed some clock right now. Jace Unson had the basketball, gives it to Fields. 2:15 to go. To the corner. Colby Nutbrock underneath the basket, gets fouled, and gets the and one. My goodness, 72-58. And this Jefferson offense, it's been like an Amtrak rolling down to the station in this game. They've just been so hard to stop for Pierre. Their blend of three-point shooting and inside shots has made them nearly impossible to defend. Three-point play is completed by Colby Nutbrock. He's now got double digits, and it's 73-58 as Dill just checks in for Carter Shovelbein. And unless something changes in a hurry, that will probably be it for this one. Dilgis somehow gets it to Getz. It went through a helping of traffic. Actually, Ahart's with the ball. Inside pass, Dilgis is wide open, puts in the 2 off the glass. And Brianna Kusler will call a quick timeout. Her team down 73-60 to Jefferson. 1:53 to go. Welcome back inside the broadcast area. Dylan Simmons on the call here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. Governors entered this game as the number 59 team in the state of South Dakota, number 13 in Division AA, and number 55 in the Sioux Falls rankings. They will next play Roosevelt at home on Friday before hitting the road to play Watertown for their final regular season game of the year. In no danger at the moment of missing the SODAC 16 unless something absolutely catastrophic happens toward the end of the season. But no matter what, this is going to be a tough loss if it does indeed turn out that way. And it'll be the first win ever for the Jefferson Cavaliers at home in the regular season against the Pierre Governors. Have never beaten Pierre in a regular season matchup in this venue. They did beat them in their first year as a team back in 2021-22 in the SODAC 16 here at Jefferson High School. And who knows, maybe these two teams will meet again sometime down the road. Inbound pass coming up for the Cavs, who are setting their sights on 8-10 and one more game on the season. They've just got one more game as this one's inbounded to Fields. He's getting double teamed and runs by Olsen as well as Getz. He'll bleed some more clock as Mason Page goes inside. Kicked back to the outside to Jay Sunson. They will next take on Jefferson, that is. Will next take on, I'm not sure. I can't find it on my darn schedule, so sorry about that, folks. I was going to tell you who their next opponent was, but can't quite find it. Inbound pass coming up for Jefferson. This one is far and away to Jay Sunson. It's going to be against Rapid City Central, actually, is their next game. Rather Aberdeen Central, I should say. And that's going to be on the road in Aberdeen. So that'll do it for the Jefferson Cavaliers this season. And that's a game that they will likely win as well, as that ball is still rolling around on the ground. It's the Holy Roller all over again. Just need Bill King to call the play. Tie-up is called, and possession will be awarded, it looks like, to Jefferson. .1:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Actually going to be a jump ball. It looks like, anyway. Still waiting for the officials to sort everything out. Nope, it is going to be a side in. And there's still some confusion, I think, as to what exactly is going on here. Now the Cavs finally send out Colby Nutbrock for the inbound pass. Nutbrock will elevate this one up ahead to his man. Picked up by Unson, and a foul is committed by Caden Aharts. That is going to be foul number 1, or rather 5 on Pierre in this fourth quarter. So that'll send Jefferson to the free throw line with Jay Sunson, who's been sensational all night long. 15 points for the Cavaliers, only surpassed by Kawhi Mayen. That free throw is no good, a rare miss for Unson tonight. But his team up by 13 points here in their home gymnasium. And this time he puts it in. He's now got 16, and the Cavs up 74-60. Olsen in the post, lost the ball as he was fouled from behind going up to the basket. That should be a foul on the floor. And the foul's going to go against Demarius Fields, and this will be an inbound pass with 1:06 to play in the fourth quarter. Jefferson will move all time to 4-1 against the Governors, as Aharts can't get that one to fall. He was underneath the basket that time and had a chance. Foul committed by Dilgis on Mason Page. That'll send him to the free throw line, and he can put in some more points for the Cavaliers, who are going to close in on 80 points tonight. And that was mostly spurned by a 44-point first half. And really, if you take out that first half of action, this has been a pretty, or rather second quarter in all honesty of action, this has been a pretty even game for the most part. Free throw good from Mason Page. Second half has been pretty evenly contested, or Mason Payne, I should say. Keep saying Mason Page, Mason Payne, now with 9, and he gets 2. 10 points for Mason Payne, 76-60. Final 58 seconds, Luke Olson as he gets the and one. Good work by Luke Olson to elevate his way to the basket. He's now got 17, another sensational performance by him. And he's got a chance to make it a 76-63 game. Timeout on the floor taken by Jefferson with the 56.3 seconds to play. We're going to stick with the action no matter what right here on this 30-second timeout. And again, this is not the result that Pierre was looking for tonight. They showed a lot of promise. Offense has had some tremendous stretches. Dawson Getz went absolutely off to start the fourth quarter. Luke Olson's been great tonight. Your two primary players have shown up, and the offense has been very, very solid. Again, it's just been the defense that has cost Pierre in situations. And a stat to note is that outside of 2 games this year for Pierre, all of their losses have come when they've allowed 60 points or more. And one of those 2 was just this past Friday against Mitchell. And it looked like the defense was, in a way, starting to get into a different form. But in this game, it has just not been what the Governors were looking for. And there's a lot of work, obviously, that they'll be looking to do in these intervening, or rather intermittent 3 days, I guess is what I'll say. Luke Olson's free throw is no good. So he goes 0 for 1 from the line that time. That ball bounced out. Pierce got it away from Nuprock. Here's Dawson Getz for 3 off the side of the iron, no good. And Dill just keeps it in. Boy, Pierce still showing effort, and that's what you love to see. Bullet pass to Getz from Olson. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Quick, and he's fouled as well. More contact by the Governors, and that's been another issue tonight. Pierre's just not had the luck as far as fouls are concerned. There's been a consistent stream of them, and Jefferson has just been the beneficiary on a lot of those calls. Of course, there's a lot of frustration both for the Governors, players, coaching staff, and probably the fans to that end. Sometimes it feels a little unfair, but the officials make the calls that they see fit, and we've got to go with what they say at the end of the day. Quick makes the free throw and makes it 77-62. Cavaliers on the verge of an 80-point game, which would be their first of the season. Quick makes them both, and that's a 78-62 lead for Jefferson. Olson left side, and has his pass blocked by Demarius Fields. And you got to give credit as well to the Jefferson defense. They've been very solid tonight, limiting Pierre in a lot of ways, especially from beyond the arc, until Getz kind of took over in the early part of the fourth quarter. Inside pass to Dilgis, and he's unabated to the basket. Puts it in for 2. It's a 14-point game. Dilgis now with 8. Final 13 seconds. Fields sends it ahead to Mason Payne, and it looks like that is going to be all she wrote. Tonight, the sword belongs to the Cavaliers, 78-64. They defeat the Pierre Governors. They claim their 8th win of the season, and they drop Pierre to 6-12 overall. Governors suffer a tough loss after another loss to Mitchell on Friday. And now Pierre has to go back to the drawing board and see what they can do before Friday's matchup at home. Their final home game of the season against the Roosevelt Rough Riders back in the capital city. A tough result, not the one that Pierre was looking for, but one that they'll be able to use as motivation for the final 2 games of the regular season, which will be soon approaching this upcoming weekend. So the Cavs win 78-64 here in Sioux Falls. We'll be back in 3 minutes with post-game stats and post-game coverage, all a part of your KCCR Sports Pierre Governors post-game show. So make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 3 as the Cavaliers win 78-64.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Rev up your drive with Capital City Ford in Pierre. Dive into our impressive lineup of Ford vehicles, from sleek sedans to robust trucks. At Capital City Ford, we're not just about selling cars, we're about crafting exceptional experiences. Our knowledgeable staff is here to assist you in finding the perfect Ford that suits your lifestyle and budget. Visit us today and let us evaluate your driving experience with Capital City Ford.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls. Dylan Simmons on the call with you. Our game has come to a close. The Pierre Governors losing by a score of 78-64 to the Jefferson Cavaliers right here at Jefferson High School. Dylan Simmons on the call with you, and time to take a look at some post-game stats to see just how Jefferson put 78 on the board. They were led by Kawhi Mayen with 17 points in the game. He was absolutely sensational, but he was not alone. Jace Unson also with 16. Those two combining for 33 points, almost half of what Jefferson managed in this game in total. When you have two performances like that, it kind of comes easy. Mason Payne with 10, Colby Nutbrock with 10 as well. So five double-digit scores for Jefferson in this game. Demarius Fields also with 10. Quick with 8 as well. Ethan Whitening had 4 for the Cavs in addition to all of that. So 78 points for Jefferson. They were one basket away from 80, showing just how dominant this offense really was. Meanwhile, for Pierre, they were led in scoring by the always sensational Luke Olson, who had 17 points in the game. Or rather, actually, it was Dawson Getz, my apologies, with 18 points in the game. Don't want to sell Dawson short. He was awesome tonight with 18. Olson with 17. Those two combining for 35 of Pierre's 64 points. So over half the point total came from just those two. Eladio Cimental also with 10. Lincoln Dilgis with 8. And Carter Shovelbein with 6. So 5 total scores for Pierre for a total of 64 points. And it was a bit of a track meet, very high scoring, and a combined 142 points between these two teams. So a pretty high scoring night, all things considered, and a lot of big action to take in. As we'll have Brianna Kusler come in for our post-game interview real quick. and we'll get everything arranged right there. Apologies for the delay, folks. I got a little bit of a mic issue. It's wrapped up around the cord, so gonna get that taken care of as Coach will join us. And here she is. And Coach, obviously not the results you were looking for. Defensively, what were the challenges that you guys faced in this one?
I mean, they were offensively just electric in the first half there. And I mean, we can't give up 48 points. And shoot, that's about just a few under what we gave up in the entire game on Friday. And we gave that up in the first half and made some adjustments there. But, I mean, they had different kids that stepped up at different times. Offensively for them, defensively, they're a tough team. They scored the ball exceptionally well tonight, and we just didn't have an answer for that. We were playing from behind early on, and we could never really just cut that lead down to a manageable amount.
Yeah, it seemed like offensively Jefferson was just really dialed in, and like you mentioned, they were just making shot after shot after shot, and it's hard to come back from that kind of deficit, obviously. Pierre did some good things offensively at many stretches. Dawson had 18 total points. Luke had 17 total points. Offensively, what do you think you guys were doing well that was getting you maybe a little bit back into contention at points in the game?
I think that we have, we had really good cutting action, which was an improvement from where that was point of emphasis in practice this week of just we've got to have better action where we're not relying on the reversals solely around the perimeter and getting the ball going to the hoop a little bit more. I thought that we did a pretty good job of shot faking, getting ourselves to the line, and doing that. But, 64 points, I like our chances to win a lot of games, but not when you give up 76.
Yeah, on average, 64 points definitely puts you in position to win. Unfortunately, just not tonight. What's the big takeaway that you guys will have to use from this game to keep in mind going forward?
I think the message was very simple. We got to get back to work, and that starts tomorrow.
And it does, and you guys have a big game coming up Friday against Roosevelt. How do you guys reset and refocus yourselves for that one in your final home game of the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to come ready to play. We weren't prepared to play tonight, and we've got to do a better job going into the 19th game of the season on Friday. We've got to be ready to go.
All right, Coach. Good luck on Friday. We'll see you then. Brianna Kusler joining us here on the KCCR Sports Postgame Show. Always appreciate her taking some time to talk about how the game went and what will be done in the future. Obviously a tough loss tonight for the Governors, but there could be brighter days ahead, and we'll get to see the first step in that reworking process coming up Friday against Roosevelt right back here on KCCR and the KCCR Sports YouTube channel. So a tough loss tonight for Pierre, but perhaps brighter days are ahead for your Governors. As for tonight, that is going to do it. The Jefferson Cavaliers win by a score of 78-64 over your Pierre Governors. For all of you listening in at home, for Jen back at the station, I am Dylan Simmons saying so long from Sioux Falls. We'll see you next time. This has been a presentation of KCCR Pierre, our Riverfront broadcasting station. We'll see you on Friday, everybody. And remember to always have an electric night.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by State Farm Insurance Becky Pottseba Agency, the American of Fort Pierre, Bank West, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Birding Electric, Gales Gas, American Family Insurance Brittany Schaffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, First Dakota National Bank, Shane's Pharmacy, Missouri River Dentistry, Kruger Contracting, Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motor, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Todd's Electric, and the South Dakota Office of Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. Join us next time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.